Morning. Okay, today we're not doing anything new. We're going to do a review of past homework, past questions, and I actually set up practice test questions. So this is on Friday. Those who are gonna take it on computer, this is how it's gonna work. Exact same thing. It's just gonna say test 1. And you just need to click on start this assignment. And there will be around 15 questions. Here on this set 17. Maybe it will be less than 17, I believe, on Friday. But as you noticed on the main page, there are no help options here. No solve button, no show example button or anything else. Only thing you can do is check your answer. Like plug in 5, wrong answer, check. So you can try. You can try. You need to go through everything though to retry. So if you mess up in part A, just make false until you're out of tries, okay? So after several times, you're gonna be out of tries. But if you wanna get only partial credit, yeah, you can get this one right. So try this one. Score incorrect, of course. Once you fail in all parts, then it's going to give you a brand new shot, okay? So you need to fail in all parts. I'm trying to get a new question, that's it, okay? Well, it's hard to... Yeah, there we go. Oh my god. It never ends. Okay, so don't mess up. Don't be out of trials. You need to get the right answer. Oh, there you go. Try another. You see that? Try another showed up. So now you can try another. A fresh question will be presented. Okay. Okay, but again, you need to be experienced on this. I mean, you should be I mean, I checked your grades. Everyone working on homework except couple guys are struggling. So you should be pretty comfortable typing answers. But again, you feel, oh, I can't get the right answer in my first 10 minutes, then you need to take it on paper, okay? So don't push it, don't try. You're not required to take it on computer. It's just for those who are already comfortable with the system. Again, on paper you will have the exact same question. You just show work and your answer. You get partial credit if you are on the right track. Okay, so we are starting with question number 1. Very early subject. This is from section 2.8. Inequalities. You see the inequality? How do we solve this equation, the inequality? Do you remember it? It's been a while. Look, all these questions are actually from homework. You've done this in the past. Actually, I have solved a similar question in class back in chapter 2. You see how similar they are? Almost the same, except this has no equal sign. So what tricks did we use here? Solve means isolate. You need to get the variables first together, then leave them alone on that side. So that's what we're gonna try on this question. I'm gonna take it, move it here, and then solve on this page. 3h minus 8. So this is how you need to do it as well. Don't try to answer on the screen. Take it on a piece of paper and work it out on the piece of paper. Then put your answer back, come back to computer and put it in there. So if there is a mistake, you can catch it later. 2h plus 3. How do I isolate this? I need to first bring h's together. So I will move this guy to the left here by subtracting 2h from both sides. Look, it moved to the left. This guy disappeared there. Poof, gone. And it popped up on the other side as 3h minus 2h, which brings us, what is 3 minus 2? h greater equal 3. And are we done? No, I need to get h by itself, so that negative 8 must go. H is bigger or equal 11. Okay? But question requires specific answers. So I get emails, oh, it's not accepting my answer, this system is stupid, blah blah blah. No, I didn't say that, but I just made it up. But read the question in a statement, see what kind of answer they like to see. Set builder. They want set builder. Set builder notation is these two curly parentheses, and you start with typing your variable. What variable do you have here? H and a bar. That's set builder notation, and your solution you just found comes right after this. You need to put their solution right in this space. And that space, what was the answer? H more than or equal 11. More equal 11. Check. Correct. Okay. Next, look, read again. This time they want interval solution. So you need to put something with brackets or parentheses, infinities, numbers, parentheses, and numbers inside, that kind of stuff. So we need to convert this into interval notation. And I like to do it on graph, actually. I mean, some people can do this on top of their head, but I like to first sketch. First translate this into English. This means numbers equal or more than 11. So I need to spot 11 and everything more afterwards. So 11 is here. And everything more, equal or more. Equal means you take 11 in and more. This is more. So you need to turn this into interval, but it's actually here. 11 to minus, no, it's positive infinity, of course. Positive infinity. What signs do I make around them? A bracket, parentheses. Okay? That's it. Please, although we've done this already before, if you have a hard time understanding again, ask me. This is your last shot before the exam. Any part you want more explanation? Okay. Brackets 11 comma infinity parentheses. Infinities can never be included, always use parentheses, and we need to graph it. I already did that. So again, this solution gets full credit in exam. I can see everything you're doing. This gets paper exam, gets full credit, but here you need to show me your product final answer, and we're all set. Okay, question? Going to the next. And please do your questions time yourself on your own without your notes covered, just like in the exam, and see what score you get. Okay, do it tonight or tomorrow. Alright? You need to definitely solve these questions on your own. Don't just watch my lecture. Okay, this time you have two inequalities. We call these, what kind of inequality? What is this concept called? Compound inequalities. And when you see two inequalities, this comes to my mind. I need to make two pictures, either unite them or overlap, intersect them. So there are two actions you need to take on the end: overlap, intersect, or unite. So which one are we gonna do? By just looking one word, I know what I'm gonna do. What are we gonna do when you graph them? We are gonna union. It's the other one. Intersect. And means intersect, or means union. Okay. Did you get my email yesterday? Okay. I just want to make sure. I mean, you're allowed a note sheet if you are confusing this, and or put it on your note sheet. All right. Get my. We need to first solve them. Solve and intersect them. Solve each each part. So solving these are piece of cake actually. Leaving W alone is just adding 5 is gonna get our, no, this is 5, correct? Adding 5 minus 2. This is solved already. Intersect, I can flip this sign to intersect. I'm going to subtract 2 from this guy and get 2. Alright? And I'm going to plot each. One for the left side, one for the right side. Please do it one underneath the another one, not side by side, so you can compare. So for the left side, I will go with, this is numbers more than minus 2. So plot minus 2 and take more than minus 2. Are we using parentheses or bracket here? Parentheses because it's strict inequality, parentheses. How about this? Numbers less or equal to. So I'm going to mark 2, 2 is here. And I'm going to take less, oh, let's choose red. Less means left side. And all you need, oh, am I using a bracket or parenthesis here? Bracket. This means bracket. This is parentheses. Now intersect. And means intersect. Let's see what's overlapping between blue and red. Just literally take this down here. And there. And take a different color and point out color. The region blue and red both shows up, overlaps. It is here. Agree? However, endpoints are tricky. Shall we count this endpoint in or out? So I'm going to remove it. Take a deep look at. Is this minus 2 both on blue and red? Is minus 2 on both blue and red? No. Minus 2 is not on blue because it's open parent. It's red but not blue. So I'm going to make a parenthesis there with green. Parentheses at minus 2. How about red 2? Red bracket. Is it going to be a parenthesis or bracket? Is 2 on both blue and red? Yes. So this is gonna be a green bracket. So answer is in green. This is what you're going to type in to boxes. In interval notation, this means minus 2, 2. I don't know if it's asking set not builder. We can do it anyways. Let's check. It's asking interval notation only. Great. We already found it. It's negative 2. So next question. Alright, I want to skip the ones you're comfortable with. So I'm going to ask, how many of you guys want the next question solved? Raise hands. Oh, I have no clue, or this is my soft spot. I need to see this solution, because we may not have enough time for 17 questions. So I'm going to skip the easy ones. We can always come back if we have time. Raise hand if you want to see it. Don't be shy. Well, this one. Do you have a clue how to do this?
I actually go over that one real quick.
Okay. And please always go to that section in the lecture videos or notes. See what kind of data you have about them. This is about chapter. What chapter was this on? 2. Let's go move forward. It's not in 2. It should be in 9. Go check your notes. Where do you see those absolute values? We already done these. Solving compound inequalities. Oh, there you go. Absolute values showed up. And pull the methods. Yes.
I have a different question about the email last night.
Okay.
You said that we couldn't like put homework questions on it, but does that go like for no questions and everything? Since
Yeah, don't put any homework questions in their solutions. Okay, just write these steps, for example. I mean, note sheet is for step-by-step methods, facts, theorems, formulas. I mean, don't copy this and solution to your sheet, okay? We already have about 30-40 questions. I know some people can't fit all those questions with the solutions on that page. I don't want that, okay? But you can make your own notes, like if I see absolute value, I mean, that you can like, don't take everything the same, but copy these steps if you wish. Okay. So, okay. This question is look very similar, right? In chapter 9 we solved. We caught the fish. Okay. So how did we do this? First off, absolute value should be all along. Look, this question and the next one is quite different. Number 4, the previous one is easy. This is hard. Maybe I should do this one instead.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this one is harder, because do you see the absolute value all alone? No. I need to first get this absolute value all by itself. That's what the step 1 says. Where did it go? Okay, step 1, isolate the absolute value. This is not alone. So where is the absolute value? Mark it if you wish. That means everybody next to it, 13 and minus 7, should be dead. So which one are you going to hunt down? 13 or minus 7 first? Which one? 13 is first. I'm going to get it by subtracting 13 from both sides. Now it's gone. 7 is still there though. Six take away 13 is minus 7. Now it's 7's turn. So I add 7 to both sides. Agree? We divide. It's not addition. This is wrong. Because the product minus 7 is multiplying the absolute value. So the product has opposite operation as division. So you need to divide both sides by minus 7, not add. So I divide and get plus 1. Right? 7 over 7 is 1. Negative and negative makes plus. Now this question turned into question number 4. Absolute value set into 1. Let's see what we do after this step. If that you need to first check, is this a positive number? Yes, it is positive, so we can go Step 2 is positive, we have a solution. Then step 3 says you need to break this into two equations. One with a positive one with a negative one. Positive and negative. You make positive of this number and negative of that number. And what happens to absolute value then? Absolute value is all clear, it's gone. And then you leave these numbers alone, I mean these p's variables alone, by subtracting 8 from both sides. I forgot this side. Minus 5p is minus 7, minus 5p is minus 9, and we divide one more time, and the final result, positive 7/5, positive 9/5 are these two solutions we were expecting. Okay, I'm just checking something, if we need a parentheses or not. Just check. No, we're good. Sometimes computer says if you see the set notation, they want curly parentheses, set parentheses, but this time it's not asking for it, so we're good. Alright, so you can do now number 4 quickly. This is 10-second question, literally. You set this into 2 and minus 2 and solve, that's it. Going forward. This time we have an inequality with absolute value and inequality. I want to take a look at this, but let's compare the next one. Now this is easier than this one. I'm going to attack this one, skip next one, okay? But I need help. I'm clueless where to start. Because this method we just did is for equal signs, and I have inequality. I have a feeling it's similar work. I need to get absolute value alone. I don't know how to handle this inequality, so I need more information from next subject. Oh, there you go, inequalities show up here. This is just like this question then. What do I need to do is, I need to first get this absolute value alone. Then I'm going to clear this absolute value according to one of these cases. It's not never this case though. This is for equality, this previous section. Whether you have left side or right side looking fish mouth or inequality, I'm going to clear this inequality according to this table. Okay? So go back to our question. Why don't we copy this? It's gonna be helpful for us. Where was our question? Here you go. Okay, first step, I need to get only one absolute value, no numbers around this. So I'm seeing that this should go. What do I do to get rid of that thing? Add 1 to both sides. Okay, now just imagine in your mind, this thing is gone. You wipe this off. And you put instead an X there. Can you imagine that? That thing is gone. You have an X with bars around it. Which case does it fit here? This one, X, absolute value, fish mouth looking left, 3. It's not this one. There is no inequality here. Is it this one? This is looking to number side, fish mouth or inequality is looking towards number. This is looking towards X. It's not this one. So I'm going to employ this fact then. Oh, this doesn't have an equal sign. Yeah, I can make an equal sign if you wish. Just add these equalities. Look, this problem and this almost the same. All we need to do is do what it says here. Inequality splits in two ways. First, x with less than symbol negative the number, or it says or x greater positive the number. Does this make sense? Does it make sense? I'm just copying what it says here. X 3, I take opposite of A, flip the direction, and keep the direction and 3. Look, it's just like you remove this absolute value and copy this here. You remove this absolute value, flip the direction, and put a minus. Flip the direction and put a minus. But let's recall what was actually there. It wasn't X. X was not there. You made it up. It's K plus 4 was there. So you just need to make that X go and bring that K plus 3 over 4 instead. Do you get it? I'm just in my mind visualizing this as a single X with bars around it, just like this. And then I remember, oh, that was an X. So put it back what it was. Alright, next, solve means, again, we are solving this thing, getting K alone. So this 4 needs to go. What operation do you do? Good. What is 3 times 4? 12. Next. What is next? Yeah, we are going for single K, no other numbers around it. K is finally all alone, but what did you get on the right side? 15, or K is more than 9. Okay, you have two options here. Either cheat from the table. Table says you need to be getting two separate piece of lines, one going right, one going left. So I'm guessing I'm going to find 9 and take right side of 9. I'm going to find minus 15, pick left side of minus 15 from table, or just do basic translation here. This says all numbers less than or equal minus 5. Can you imagine all numbers less than minus 5? Minus 16, minus 17, minus 18. Let's draw it. So I start with minus 5, minus 15, and I need to take everything less. Okay? Or means unite, correct? And was intersection, or was unite. Since it's union, don't use a different color for this piece, because you're gonna unite. They are the same color, same nation. So I'm going to continue uniting this part, whatever it says. It says numbers more or equal 9. So I will start with 9. Where is 9? Here somewhere on the right. And I will take it equal or more. More means to the right side. Does it fit to the result it's described here? You have some piece on the left, some piece on the right. Yeah, I'm relieved. I'm on the right track. I just need to fix something though. What do I put, parentheses or brackets here?
Bracket all the numbers and then parentheses.
Yes. This is brackets depending on what's asked in question, read it. In interval notation, important. They want the solution set. Some people start here, set builder. No, read it. They want interval notation. So we need to convert this result into intervals. How? You read always from left to right. Some people do this, minus 15 to minus infinity. No, you read from left to right. It's minus infinity to minus 15. Unite 9 left to right, 9 to infinity. This is what needs to be entered in there. Okay? Make sense? And then you're gonna graph it. I think this next part is graphing part. I'm not doing this. Number 7 is very similar work. It's kind of easier though. There is no fraction to handle. But you will leave this alone. Pick the direction, right direction from this list. I think it's this time gonna be the bottom one because it has a minus sign. You're gonna divide, when you divide both sides with a negative, it's gonna change direction and this is gonna look right. So you're gonna make this case on that question. It's gonna change direction, okay? But there is one sample we've solved in class too, so go check that video if you wish. Do you recall how to graph inequalities? Oops, too far. Here. Do you remember how we did it? These questions? Shading. We were using a lot of colors. It's like this question, right? So we are gonna follow this recipe for X. But let me compare to the next one. This is single. This is double. I want to do the double one. Okay, let's do the double. Alright, there are two questions here, two pictures you need to make. You're gonna do this entire procedure twice. I will first do it for x plus y greater than 1. You need to first leave y variable isolated here. This x needs to go right by subtracting x from both sides. So y is less than, I'm sorry, greater than 1 minus x is your actual inequality. Next, you make an equation out of it, create an equation like this, and graph it. How do we graph it? By setting values in x and y. I set 0 in x, get y1. I set 0 in y and get x1. I'm going through quickly. Please stop me if you hesitate somewhere. Set x equals 0, get y. I set y, so the blue ones are my choices. Black ones, I compute them from the equation. Y equals 0, for example, and get x as positive 1. And I will simply graph this in the next page. Zero, 1, 1, 0 are these 2 points. Here is your line. These are the 2 points I found, 0, 1, 1, 0. How did I find them again? From this, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, I graphed it. You're gonna decide it's whether dashed or solid. What is it? Dashed or solid? I made it dashed, but am I right? How do you decide it's solid or dashed? Why is it solid?
No greater than. Or is it opposite?
It's opposite. It's dashed line if inequality have strict signs. This is strict. If you have equal sign, it's solid. This is dashed. So I was right with dash 1. Then I pick a side. You take above the line region if you see this sign, or you cover shade below the line if you see less than symbol. Which one do you see? Which side do we color? Above. Okay. I just want to make sure. Above the line. Covered. Okay. We will do the same thing for the other side now. I'm going to erase this so I can use the same screen, okay? I will repeat everything for the second one. And I will go fast. Please stop me if you have questions. So first isolate y by subtracting it. This is our main equation now. I'm creating an equation out of it, and I'm going to graph it by setting two values to x and y respectively, one for each. For x I set 0 and get y 7. For y I set 0 and I get 7/5, which is 1.4. Question, Jessica?
Did we switch it to a 7 or because of the 5?
I was just testing you guys. Yeah, it's still 5. Thank you. Yeah, I was surprised to see decimals. It shouldn't. Now when I substitute y0 and pull this to the left, it should be 1. This thing is 1. Perfect. So we have two numbers now, 0, 5, 1, 0. Let's plot them. 0, 5 is up here. The other one was 1, 0. Oh, 1, 0 is still this guy. So they coincide. They cross each other at the same point. Okay? I'm trying to use the same scale, but I'm out of screen a little bit, so I'll try to fit it in here. Okay, so we will draw the line now. Where is my line? Here is green line. Dashed or solid? Did I choose the right option? Is it dashed? Yeah, it's dashed. Look, it's dashed. Greater than. And which side do we color? Up or down? Under green line or above green line? Above or under? Above, right? So this is the part we should take. Now you need to decide when you're doing the final picture with a crayon where blue and pink overlaps. Blue and pink, not blue, purple and pink shades. Do you see that? Where's my special colors? Let's use crayon. And I'm going to color it this color. This is the final region. They overlap here. Nothing under green and nothing under blue though. Don't color here, this is wrong. It's only pink here. Okay? This is how you do it. For the single case, in the previous question, the previous one, you will only do one picture and pick up under or below, above or bit under, so it's easier, this one. But make sure y is on the left side, x is on the right. The challenge with this question is y is given on the right to trick you. Bring y to the left, x to the right by subtracting and adding. Okay, we don't have much time left. I'm gonna do some factoring question. Recent ones. I mean, we just did it yesterday, but I'm sure some people are having a challenge. I will do two kinds. One is grouping. Do you remember how to? First of all, if you see 4 terms, 4 pieces, it's directly grouping. Even though I don't see this one, I know, oh, this is a grouping question. 2 by 2 you need to group, and 9 is grouping. No, it's not grouping. 10 is grouping only. Not 10. Which one was it? 11? 11 is grouping. 12 is grouping. Which one you like, 11 or 12? Pick one. 11. Do you have A, B, A and B? Okay, let's take this one. How do we go? There are 4 people going for a movie. They can't decide which movie to see. So you sent them 2 by 2. You need to group the first 2 as a couple and the second one another couple. So what is common in these guys? What's common in those guys? That's the problem. So what is common in 10a squared and 5ab? A and 10, when you break 10, 5 and A is common in both groups, not B's. So I call that 5A out here, 5A out. So in these guys there are some leftover items, which is 2 and B only, plus B. Am I right? There is a mistake. Yeah, this A squared is double A. You only called one out. There is still another A left out. 2A plus B. Okay, what is common in the next round? 3C, because 6 has 2 and 3 in it. So 3 and C. 3 and C common. You call them out. All out, and they become 1 though. 3C is single. And what's left in here is 2A and B and plus sign. Again, 2A plus B. Frame now next what's common in each side, left side and right side. If there is nothing common, go back, fix your mistake, because you have a mistake somewhere. I am relieved now because they are matching. That means I'm on the right track. Pull these guys in front and dump the leftovers, which is plus 3C and 5A, into this basket. That's it. You're done. Okay? Now you will do this one more time somewhere ahead. Actually, you've done this yesterday. In AC method we do this. I will do this yesterday. We did something similar yesterday. AC method. When do we do AC method? If you have a number before the square term that is not 1. It's 8. Oh, I know it's AC. Even though it says here, I know I have to do AC. But in number 14, this is just GCF. You find the biggest, largest power and call it. But somewhere else, you don't need AC method or trial error method. This one has number 1, this is easy, 1x squared only. You just find two numbers, their product is 24 and sum is minus 11. Can you give me two numbers? Their product is 24 but addition is minus 11. Yeah, you can do this in 10 seconds if you are good with guessing two numbers. X negative 3, X negative 8. Why did you go with negative and negative option? Because 24 is positive. Why didn't you go with positive 3 and positive 8? Why not positive 3 and positive 8? Because when you add them, they don't make minus 11. That's why we check this in as x minus 3 and x minus 8. Because I want positive 24 but negative minus 11 when I add them. This is easy because it's just 1. It's not gonna work in 17. This is not gonna work in 17 because the number in front is not 1. We need to do AC method here. How? Step 1, first compute AC. What is AC? 8 times minus 3, which is negative 24. Second, you take a pair of numbers whose product is gonna be minus 24 and their sum is gonna be 2. What two numbers you pick? Multiply to minus 24, add into 2. Is it 1 and 24? No, they don't add to 2. Is it 3 and 8? No. Is it 3 and 8? Yeah, 3 times 8 is minus 24. Yeah, it can be 3 and minus 8. Or minus 3 or 8. But neither of these add to 2. This makes 5. That makes positive 5. False. False. 3 and 8 is not the right pair. Although they make minus 24, not working. So what is the right pair? I'm stuck. 12 and 2? Yeah, I think 12 and 2. First off, I need to pick one negative, one positive. But no, they're not making either. I think this is not factorable. Did I miss a pair? Right pair?
6 and 4.
6 and 4.
Negative 6.
Negative 6 and 4. Okay. When I multiply, they make minus 24. Check. When you add, they make... It's false. Yeah? Flip the sign. If you're getting opposite sign, just flip the sign. There you go. This is the right option. So can I just say this is S plus 6 and S minus 4 as my final answer? Can we go home? Wrong. Don't take this 6 and minus 4, put it here. How do we use that 6 and minus 4? To break the middle term. What is the middle term? 2s. You don't put 2s anymore here. You put these numbers with s's. 6s and minus 4s. Got it? So you use those two guessed numbers to break up the middle term and create 4 terms and start doing grouping. What is common between 8 and 6? 2. What is left? 2 and s. S is common too, sorry. When I remove 2 from 8, it's 4. When I remove 2 from 6, it is 3. So there is 4s and only 3 left because I removed 1s from these guys. S and nothing left. What is common in these guys? What is it? Nothing. 4 and 3 has nothing common, right? I don't have s's. So are we stuck here? There is a negative sign common, so you can at least pull a negative 1 out of them. Negative 1. And make this thing into positives, which is 4s plus 3. And this way, these guys match as well. Earlier they were matching, now they are matching. And we call these out. it is 4s plus 3 out, and dump the remaining terms 2s minus 1 here. Okay? Alright. There are still half the questions left, but I believe you will do just fine on them. I picked the tricky ones, but solve these questions tonight. And tomorrow again if you need to do it one more time. And solve your homework questions. Finish them all. Although they are due next week, you need to be done with them by tomorrow, so that you can be prepared for Friday. Okay.